My name Edmond Yakani, Executive Director of CEPO. I would like to take this opportunity to express my opinion on the beginning of the newly extended transitional period from the period of February 2025 to February 2027. This newly extended transitional period of 2 years is beginning with heavy damages on permanent ceasefire and cessation of hostility. As a civil society leader, we strongly condemn the recent incidents of violation of permanent ceasefire which occurred between the clashes of forces of South Sudan People Defense Force and SPLA, IO and their allied militias in some parts of the country, mainly in Upper Nile State, Western Equatorial State, Western Bargazal State, and we have seen a clash between Unity and Warap in terms of forces clashing, and we have lost of lives. And this is besides also the rise in a deadly communal violence incident that we have seen in some parts of the country. All of these, we condemn them. But as a civil society leader, our concern is that it seems the leaders of the party signatory to our access and some leaders in the government tend to undertake the action of violating the permanent ceasefire as a strength of showing political dominance. But at the same time also, we have seen our leaders showing no sense of political responsibility on protection of civilians, safety of civilians, security of the civilians. And as civil society leaders, this particular newly extended transitional period, we are going to be demanding seriously political accountability from our leaders. And one of the actions we'll undertake is really naming and shaming those particular individual leaders from the party signatory to our access that having an action of undermining a successful political transition of the country through the implementation of the our access. And this tells us are very clear. Even the attitude towards Tumaini is attitude that is filtered with the spirit of damaging all efforts towards a successful and peaceful transition in the country. As a civil society leader, we are calling upon the mechanism of the presidency to hold an urgent meeting of the presidency to address the recent observed damages on permanent ceasefire and cessation of hostility. But also would like to call upon the newly reconstituted leadership of National Transitional Committee to hold an urgent workshop so that we set our mind together through consensus for enhancing political accountability and sense of taking primary responsibility for transitioning the country from instability to stability. As our leaders have said, under their leadership, the country will not return to violence again. But we have seen actions that are actually fueling urgent return of the country to violence. What we have seen is happening in some parts of Upper Nile State, like Wulang County, Nirol County, in Jongole, and what we have seen happening in Western Equatorial State, starting from Tombra up to the part of Western Bargazal, Bazia, plus others. All these are actions that are pushing the country to return to violence. We don't want to return to violence, and this time around, we need to see a high sense of political responsibility for transition the country from instability to stability. Thank you very much.